Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. I am your host this evening, Julie YeagerWalker. Welcome to Your Time to Shine on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. How is everyone doing this evening? I cannot believe it is the last day of February. It just doesn't seem possible that we are already through 2 months of this brand new year, and it has just flown by. So, I actually had a couple of days here in the last couple of days. Actually, since the full moon, I've been up and excited and happy, and then I've been down and frustrated or angry, and then I'm back up again. It's just like a roller coaster all over the place. I don't know if you are all feeling it too, but it brought me to tonight's topic about your happy place and what that looks like. How do you get out of, if you were in a funk, like I was the other day, how do you get out of that funk? We all know it's not good for us to stay in that place for very long. Now, I'm not saying that your life has to be happy and shiny and bright all the time, but you can go through that emotion and you can feel it. If it's grief or sadness or anger, I encourage you to bring awareness to that and know that you're going through that. Let the emotions happen, let them roll, but you can't stay in that space forever. And so if you find yourself in that space and you feel like you're just not getting out of it, how do you get out of that space? So the other day I was kind of in that space. I could not get out of it no matter what I did. I felt my energy was low, my vibration was low, everything was affecting me. I felt like things were just going sideways on me. Nothing really went right during the day. I even cracked my knee on the edge of the bed the other day, and I thought, okay, here we go. So how do you get out of that space? So there's a number of things that you can do to get out of that space. A lot of it is, just how you feel and what helps you. So for me, I did a number of things. I called on some friends and I talked with them. I listened to some upbeat music. First, I started with some type of kind of meditation type music, and that wasn't doing it for me. So I amped up the volume and listened to some good old uplifting music, whatever that looks like for you. For me, my daughter got me going on Panic at the Disco. So right now that's my go-to. The uplifting kind of fun, exciting music. So listening to some music. And then later on that night, I journaled, or I did what I call automatic writing. And if you've never journaled or done automatic writing, it can really be a great tool to use just to get everything down on paper. There's something magical about putting pen to paper and just writing out anything that comes to your mind, your frustrations, your anger, things you're worried about, things that you're feeling good about. Just start writing and just let it all out on paper. And then I did some meditation after that. And by the end of the night, I was starting to feel better. I could feel my vibration raising and feeling better. Of course, I had a nap in the afternoon, so that always helps too, as we know that our human bodies need that downtime. And sometimes just taking a few minutes of rest will help elevate you and put your vibration at a different level, because as you know, if you are not getting enough sleep, you're lacking sleep, your brain can't function properly, and a lot of things then start bothering you, and you can't get out of that space of maybe feeling hopeless or down, whatever that is. So making sure that you have enough rest. Also making sure that your body is hydrated. Are you drinking enough water? That's a huge thing. Our bodies are made up of, I can't remember what they say, but like 95%, I think, of water, or maybe it's less than that. I can't remember the percentage, but we are a huge amount of water. And so making sure that you're taking in enough water and fluids on a daily basis is really, really important for a healthy body, healthy vibration as well. So, I just mentioned a few things that helped me get out of that funk. Oh, I also took my dogs out. I took them out for a walk, and I got out into the air and into nature, and feeling and breathing in that crisp air. It really made a difference. So, what that looks like for each one of you is going to be completely different. It could be taking a bath. It could be reading a book. It could be getting out into, like I said, out into nature, feeling the grass if you don't have 3 feet of snow or more on the ground. It could be putting your toes in the sand at the beach if you live near a beach. So there's many, many things that you can do, and you just have to find that space that you are comfortable with, and find that space that makes it possible for you to lift yourself out of that space. Again, friends, huge help. Friends can always put a smile on your face if you have the right friends, I might add. So, but finding that space is really, really important, and getting out of that space, because you don't want to stay there too long. The longer you stay in that funk, the lower your vibration gets, and the lower and the lower and the lower, and it's a lot harder to dig yourself out of that space than just being in a funk for a day or two. It makes all the difference in the world. So when you find yourself going down that path, the first thing is to bring attention and awareness to it and say, okay, I know that I'm feeling this way. The second thing would be, I didn't mention this earlier, but the second thing is, a lot of us are empaths. A lot of us are feeling emotions and things that really aren't ours. So ask yourself, is this mine? And if it starts to lift and feel light, it's not yours. So at that point, say, return to sender. And what that will do is it will return it back to the place of its origin, wherever it came from. Now, that's not saying that you're going to send bad energy, back to somebody. It just means that you recognize it, this isn't yours, and it can go back. Of course, if you feel that heaviness, then more than likely it is going to be yours. And so you have to find something to do with that. But I like to ask 3 different times. And each time it might get lighter and lighter, and maybe the third time it doesn't. The third time means it's definitely yours. So you need to be aware of what that is that's making you feel that way. Then once you've figured all of that out, then look at, what can I do to make this a lot easier, to raise my vibration, to try to bring this all into play. And at that point, that is more up to you as to what feels right and best for your highest and best good. So hopefully that helps. I was able to lift myself out of the funk with a little help. You can also call upon spirit, and you can call upon your angels and your guides. They are just there waiting to help lift all of that up into the heavens and release it. Call upon your angels and say, please release all of this that I feel heavy and burdened on my shoulders. And they'll be glad to take that away for you. So I hope that helps. Right now, I want to go to the phone lines. We've got some callers waiting anxiously. We have Michael in Mars Hill, Maine. Good evening, Michael. Welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Yes, good evening. How are you? Julie?
I'm good. I've actually
Wonderful.
never heard of your city.
It's a small mountain town. Pretty much everybody's related here, but it's a beautiful town. It's the density is lifting and the light is shining through.
Oh, I love it. Sounds wonderful. So what can we do for you tonight?
I'm I'm getting ready to reopen my restaurant after some challenges. I opened up originally in 2017, and then in December we had a freeze up and some pipes burst and the radiators burst and a lot of lessons along that. And anyway, we've got a good plumber that's fixing all of that, and we've been blessed through this. And I've learned a lot of lessons through all of this, and we're getting ready to reopen, and there seems to be a new energy for my restaurant and for the community. And when you were talking about being stuck earlier before picking this call up and raising our vibration, I've been working on that, and I just feel like we are going to be blessed when we open back up, because people are realizing that what they had, it's been closed for like 2.5 months now, and they felt the weight of that. So when we open back up, I feel like, people are going to really appreciate us being there.
Yeah, when you were talking about it, I could feel this like swirling energy, and it felt really great, really amazing. It's really, it's very energetic. It's very positive, and it's at the same time, it's really kind of calming at the same way. I don't know how else to explain it other than, like that, than what they're showing me. But it's fantastic energy. I mean, it's sparkling, it's glowing. I can see this pink glow, which shows me that there's lots and lots of love that's being created around this business. People are looking for something new, and you are going to bring that to the table when you reopen. And I feel like it's so creative and very different than what it was before. So I think you're going to have really great success. And just the energy, like I said, just the energy and the vibration of it is so high that just that in itself, like you said, you're being blessed. There's no way that you are going to fail at this. I mean, you have everything put in place. I see that the heavens are, they're just shining down on you, and they're just, I'm just being shown this intense glow coming down from above, and like really shining up your business. So I think you're just going to have really amazing success with this.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that, because one of the things, maybe 2 months ago, I had a dream of 12 angels holding me up, and shortly thereafter, a blessing came so that we can reopen, and I'm really listening to people, and that's something that I just didn't do before. And I'm psychic as well, and it's kind of funny because one of the guys in town, they own a mechanic shop, and when my business, a few months before my business closed, we stopped. You know how you see people in traffic and you wave and you have that energy field of, hey, how you doing? Well, we stopped waving to each other, and then tonight I was sitting and I was looking at his business, and I was like, you know what? I said, his dad's on vacation. I was telling someone in my vehicle. And then the next thing you know, he comes over to the store, and I'm like, hey, Casey. And he's like, hey, Mike. And he's like, yeah, Dad's on vacation. It's been busy, busy, busy. And I'm like, oh, well, busy, busy, busy is good. And we talked about the business, and it was just nice to see that, that we were back communicating on that higher energy level. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's kind of what I want to do with the people in my town. I want to let them know that we are there for the right reasons and we really do care.
Right, right. And your energy is shifting and changing, and you are opening up to new possibilities. So part of the thing that I was getting, yes, this gentleman that you were speaking of was kind of in the middle of, I've got so much to do and my mind is just not clear. But part of it too is that you were at that time, you were opening up, shifting and changing. And he didn't know what it was with you, and he wasn't sure how to react to all of that either. So, but now that you've kind of opened up again, and you're not that you were close, that's not what I mean. It's just that now that you have kind of shifted and grown, there's that space again where people are like, oh, okay, here we go, and but it's a refresh you, and they are going to look at you differently, but they're not really sure why. And it's because they can see that light in you, right? That high vibration.
Yes.
They're going to be automatically drawn to you.
It's a beautiful thing, and I want to keep that high vibration, and I want to make sure that I'm giving all the thanks and honor and glory to the creator, of our universe, because that's where the blessings flow. And I just, and I really am even learning to love the people that even have given me hardships or brought hardships in my life. I'm learning that you still have to love those people and be polite to them anyway. And that was a hard lesson for me to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's with things like that, those people are brought into our lives to show us something about ourselves, right? A lot of times people are mirrors of us. And so, yes, we go through these experiences which we don't really understand, and maybe there has been a hardship between somebody. But you're right. You have to be able to let that go and make peace with the situation, and give thanks for that person showing up to show you what it was that either you needed to work on or the shift that you needed to make in order to get to that next level. And it's a very hard thing for many, many people to understand.
Well, I'm learning a lot. I've learned that. I've also mastered and learned that materialism is not as important as true love. Yes, we do need energy exchange to gain food, to gain housing, to gain transportation. But, and those are things that are necessities. We do need them. But I've also learned that we are gatekeepers of property, because we can have the key, we can sign for it, but nothing here is mine. I claim nothing because it isn't mine. It's the creators, and we just get to use it. And everything, including us, we are all, everything that is, everything that was, everything that will be, gets recycled.
Right. Right. If you've never, they're showing me that if you've never, have you ever listened to Matt Kahn?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay. You might look up some of his YouTubes. Matt Kahn, Khan. I think you will find him fascinating. He is, he is a spiritual guide. He's a medium. He channels everything that he talks about, and he really has some great stuff out there. But just some of the things that you're talking about, I think that you would be really drawn to his stuff. So go check him out. He's really, really great.
I definitely will do that. And I want to say thank you for you showing up and having this radio show and having such a beautiful, comforting, calming voice. I like when you're talking to me, I feel like this big, like I'm getting this nice hug and massage at the same time. And I really just want to say thank you for being a beautiful soul.
Oh, well, thank you, Michael. I couldn't be here without beautiful souls such as you. So I'm so grateful and so thankful for that.
Okay, well, thank you and have a good night.
Thank you and the best of luck with your business. I hope, well, I don't hope, I know everything is going to be fantastic.
Oh, yes, and I'm going to walk in peace and knowing, and I'm going to let the Creator hold my hand through it.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yes,
Have a
thank
great
you.
night, Michael.
Yes,
Thank
bye-bye.
you. Bye. Next, we have Patricia in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Good evening, Patricia. Welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Thank you.
What can we help you with this evening?
What can you help me with?
Yes.
What did you want me to ask you a question?
If you have a specific question in mind, absolutely. Or I can just give you whatever it is that your loved ones think you might need to know right now.
What loved ones on the other side?
Yes,
You can pick up that.
I can.
Okay. Just recently, we did the Ancestry.com, and my great grandmother, Julia Palavtak, she passed away during childbirth at the age of 26. For some reason, I feel her spirit coming through, and I feel that she wants to give me a message.
You know, it's interesting. I was sitting here a little bit before the show, and I was doing a little meditation and calling in loved ones to help for the callers tonight. And I immediately saw footsteps in the sand. And I'm getting that this message is for you. That your great ancestor, your grandmother,
Right.
is walking beside you in the sand because I can see two sets of footprints, and just wanting you to know that she is always around. You can ask her for help. She says you've been wanting help, but you don't know how to go about doing it. She says she is here to guide you and to help you along. All you have to do is ask, because until we ask, they can't, our loved ones on the other side can't get involved. So you have to be able to ask for the help and for the guidance.
Right.
I can see so much love around this. They're showing me big pink hearts bouncing around all over the place. They're still bringing me back to the footprints in the sand and the ocean. Do you have a trip planned, or is there like a trip coming in your future? Because I feel like
No.
these, okay, I feel like these imprints in the sand and the ocean
Right.
is more
Right.
than just her walking beside you. Um, so I feel like there is a calling to the ocean for you. Um, this is where you find your solace. This is where you find your um, this is where you kind of ground yourself and you feel at peace with yourself.
Right.
So if you can't get to the ocean, what I would recommend is taking Epsom salt baths and just sitting and being in that space and being in the water and kind of letting it cleanse, and bring your mind to ease and peace, because this is where you get all of your thoughts, all of your all of your magic, right, happens with the sounds of the ocean. They're showing me even too that you might find some ocean sounds, even at night, to fall asleep, because there's something with you and the ocean and the movement. and the sound that really resonates with you and your soul.
Okay, that sounds good.
And again, she's reiterating that she's almost pleading with me, please ask for the help, because we are here to guide you. And she says, we're leaving you little messages all the time. And the only way they can help is if you ask.
To ask, right. Well, I'm definitely going to ask her to help me, because I definitely need her help right now.
Yeah. Yeah, she's saying, that she can put things into motion and put things into place, but until you ask, her hands are tied. I'm being shown hands being tied. So, yeah, that's her biggest message.
Well, I'm definitely going to ask her for help, because today I had a really hard day, and I want to end my marriage quickly, and I just feel so hopeless. And for some reason, she came through, just the other day, and you're saying ask for her help and maybe for her intervention, and she can help open up a door for me that I can't see right now.
Right, exactly. And we are coming down to the end of our show. We're just in the last few seconds of our show.
Okay, great. I appreciate that.
I'd be happy to continue the conversation with you over on my Facebook page of Your Time to Shine. If you want to ping me over there, I can help you with any last little questions that you might have. All right. Thank you so much for calling in tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye. Well, that wraps it up. That is a wrap for February. We are done with the month. Next month, brand new month, hopefully spring coming into it and relieving us all a little bit of this cold. Thank you all for tuning in tonight for Your Time to Shine. You can reach me over at our Facebook page, Your Time to Shine, or my website at wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Until next time, everyone, good night.